to you from the top of the Poconos, it's The Balcony Show with your host, Ann Thatcher, Bo Summer, and me, the Mad Cat. We have searched the globe for the best in indie music, so you don't have to. So here we go, The Balcony Show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Balcony Show. You are listening to your source of independent music. I'm here with the Mad Cat, Donna, and Mike.
Woohoo!
Shout out to Bo. She couldn't be with us tonight. She lost her puppy dog, so we're sending hugs and love.
Lots of love to Bo.
So, Mad Cat.
It's like in other news. Let's abuse Mad Cat.
Okay. The payoff. Did you watch The House of Dragons this week?
I did. I did.
I wondered what Larkys was getting for all that information, but I did not think it was that.
You know, it was weird because at first, the first moment she took her shoes off and faced him, like, it was almost like my brain immediately went into denial mode because I immediately saw his hand go to his crotch, and it's like I was like, you know, but,
wait a minute, yeah.
So it's like while I'm in denial mode, I'm like I'm not really registering, and then she's sitting there talking. The next thing she takes the socks off, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
And then pushes the shoe across like seductive. The only thing that was missing is like we could have put an RSP song behind one of these.
I'll write one for that.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's your next project, Mike.
Yeah. It's a passion.
Super stoked for tonight's show. We have Shane Alexander on the phone. Going to have him on the phone. He is a singer-songwriter from LA. Just an incredible talent, and we'll be catching up with him and talking about his tour and everything. But first, hit it, Dave.
Useless facts. Facts that are freaking useless. And on today's useless facts, we have useless facts about football. Are they all going to be Tom Brady related? On how useless of a person he is? He had the actual audacity to liken his starting out the football season and going into the football season to going on a tour of duty, like in the military.
Oh, my God.
It's like this guy, he can't stop himself. He's such a clown. All right. Useless facts about football. Number one. There have been 224 sets of fathers and sons and 348 sets of brothers that played in the NFL.
Did you know that?
No.
The numbers, no, but I knew there was quite a few. Just because in the Steelers alone, we've had quite a few over the years that have kind of doubled up. But
that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have connections once you've played for the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, and connections mean money, and money means connections. So.
Well, you look at Phil Simms. I mean, great quarterback for the Giants, and then his son Chris came up through the ranks, and I think there's another Simms yet that's still coming up through college. Chris didn't last very long. He got fed to the Wolves. Who was he with? I think he was the Jets, and he got hit so hard it freaking ruptured his spleen.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, he had no protection. You know, age-old story. All right, useless fact about football number two. The huddle was first used in the 1890s by quarterback Paul Hubbard, who was deaf. Hubbard was concerned with the other team that the other team could interpret his hand signals, so he brought his teammates into a round formation to call plays. That's pretty brilliant.
I did not know that either.
I didn't know that.
I thought that was interesting.
And he's deaf. Look out, Paul. Sorry, Paul. All right, useless fact number three. The first professional football player was William Pudge Heffelfinger. He was paid $500 a game to play in 1892. Wow. $500 a game.
That was a lot of money back then.
That's some heavy cheese, man.
But what an interesting story. I would like to know more about Pudge.
How did he get his nickname, Pudge?
Yeah, well, I'm sure he was
Pudgy,
a big guy,
or the opposite.
Yeah.
It's
like sort of like calling a fat guy skinny. You know what I mean? What's up, Slim?
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, useless fact number four. The first football game was played in 1869 between Rutgers and Princeton.
Who knew?
I feel like I kind of knew that in the back of my head.
I don't know. I didn't. That wasn't.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I did not know that football started in the 1890s. That was something that I didn't know. I thought it was later.
I know that from Little House on the Prairie.
And I don't even think at that point.
Believe it or not.
I think at that point that their
played back then.
Their head caps were still just cloth. They didn't even go to leather yet. Crazy stuff. All right, fact number 3.
Speaking of leather,
5.
Jonathan played.
Yeah. It takes 3,000 cows to make enough leather to supply the NFL with a year's worth of footballs.
I see Mike's face. You know what I thought?
That's where Omaha Steaks gets all its meat from.
You know what I was thinking?
Great. I hear the rallying cry of vegans out there right now.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, but could you imagine, if you were, I'm just being in the frame of a cow, and you're at this game, and they're using a piece of your kin's skin. So I imagine that steer hate football.
It's kind of interesting because now it makes me wonder. I mean, was there a time when the football was actually made of pigskin?
No.
Because the vernacular is, let's go throw the pigskin around.
No, it was not.
That's funny.
It's like going over H.H. Holmes's house and turning on a lamp.
All right, useless fact number 6. Hank Williams Jr. is a diehard fan of the Steelers. That I know.
I mean, big time.
Yeah.
He wears, they said he has tons and tons of all different kinds of.
As a Steelers fan, I'd have to throw myself out the door right now if I didn't know that.
But wears it to all auditoriums. I mean, he really represents for the team. He really loves his team. So I thought you would like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks. That's so thoughtful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now read number 7.
Considering we're literally suffering the replay of the Bubby Brister years right now with the way everything's going. All right, useless fact number 7. The Green Bay Packers have played the Steelers 36 times, including one postseason game, with the Green Bay Packers winning 20 games and the Pittsburgh Steelers winning 16. For you people listening right now, what you cannot see is me giving Ann the finger.
See, she had to take it back. She gave you a little something before, and now she's taking it right back.
I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, so gotta get.
How'd they do against the Jets this past week?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
So anything.
For you listening out there, they beat the dogs. The Jets beat the dog snot out of the Packers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, your team ain't doing so great either.
We beat Tom Brady this week. You know what I mean? If we don't win another game for the rest of the season, I'm good.
Well, anybody who beats Tom Brady,
we beat him with a rookie quarterback and a piss poor of a backup quarterback.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
So let's get things started with a song called "What a Life" by Water Street, and we'll be right back.
Morning coffee with a gluten-free sunrise, ocean waves and the look in your eyes, daylight to sweet goodnight. You pull my breath away till all you leave me with is wow, what a life. What a life. I couldn't picture all the years that were next, slowly moving closer to your coming down, and you turned my world around. You came without a sound and brought me to the ground. You brought me to the ground. The years go by and the kids grew older on our own, but somehow life feels fuller. The little moments have never been sweeter. I'd do it all again if I could take it back to wow, what a life. What a life. As time goes by, it feels like the first time that we realize. As time goes by, it feels like the first time that we realize. Morning coffee with the gluten-free sunrise, ocean waves and the look in your eyes. As time goes by, it feels like the first time that we realize.
And we are back on the Balcony Show, and right now we have the first song from tonight's interview with Shane Alexander. The song is Something Real Never Dies, so give it a listen, and when you come back, we will have him on the line.
The sun won't come down here tonight. I'm picturing your hair in the golden summer light. There's no room for the stars, and the night just can't start. These pictures of you come to mind. Once in a while, I still think of your smile and the way something real never dies. All there was once before keeps me reaching for more. Do you think of me once in a while? Some days just won't never end. They circle around you again and again. They bend time and space, keep you running in place till you're torn between the now and the there. Once in
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Balcony Show. We are very excited because we have the LA-based indie Shane Alexander. Shane has, wow, you're working on your 8th album. Welcome to the show, Shane. You have opened for Bon Iver, Susan Vega, gotta say Styx for Donna here, Jules, Seal. You've been in dozens of films, TV credits, and featuring, alternative Americana. Wow, what a bio. How does it feel to be
thanks.
you?
Tiring, exhausting. But ever thankful. To be an independent, and I've been full time since 2006. And so in order to do that as an independent artist and my own label and my own management and everything else is just to really work hard and have a high standard and never, ever, ever stop.
We just had Joel Hoekstra on the show, and he said the same thing. Be productive every day. Every day, be productive. So, here you are. You're another person that's really making it happen, and you're saying the same thing. So there must be absolutely some truth to that. Our first song that our listeners heard was "Something Real Never Dies." What I like about your music, Shane, is that it's very straightforward. You're telling a story, you're painting a picture, and I really like that about your music. I think it can apply to different people, but what does that song mean to you?
Well, that song actually was the first one I wrote with my friend Rich Jacks, who's an amazing Grammy-winning producer himself. And he and I now have probably written, 7 or 8 songs over the years. But that was the song, again, we wrote the first time we actually got together. And we were talking about the idea of, like, everybody has, like, a first love, like the first one to really get in there and leave a mark. And even though it might be decades in the rear view, there's always like a little piece that you carry with you. And again, I thought that was a very universal theme, and for me, sort of I suppose everything is always based in some reality. And for me, I think it was about a little bit of a tip the cap to my college girlfriend. There's been tons of women in my life, but there was like the college girlfriend and there was the wife. And then there were quite a few in the middle that didn't stick to my ribs in the same way.
Aww.
Yeah.
And this was also, this song is from your album Bliss, right? Now wasn't that your first self-produced album?
It was. Yeah. In 2015, we built my studio in Northern California, and it was a giant leap of faith for the family. It was an absolutely preposterous thing to do. We added 1,000 square feet to my home.
Wow.
And it's all my studio. And so it's an absolute dream. We had no business doing it. We didn't have the money to do it, but we did it the old-fashioned American way and took out a big old loan, and we're paying it off for a long time. But the main thing was, I was getting more and more into producing. And each time I made a record, I would have to be away from home for, countless days, even if it was in LA or whatever, in the traffic and yada yada. And I just wanted to. I was really, my wife actually. I think she thought I was going to be a producer long before I did. But the thing was, I produced this kid from Santa Barbara the year before. I actually volunteered. I was a judge for a songwriting competition, and the winner was supposed to get the great Tara Cacconi was going to produce the winner, and so we ended up with a tie. And so I volunteered to produce Derek Jennings for nothing. And so I did it in my home studio, which was just in our small bedroom at the time. And it was a lovely experience. But my wife and daughter were like, oh, my God, we can't be hearing the song, this record they're working on every night from dinner to bed, let alone all day while they're away. It's like, so that just started the conversation of like, you need your own space, and so we actually looked about a lateral moving to a bigger house in the neighborhood, but we really love our house. We love our location. And so, my wife, I think, came up with the idea of an addition. So anyway, we built the place. It was a harrowing, 6-7 months of like the house was a complete war zone. And then, as it came together, I produced Shelby Figueroa and Bliss, was, I guess, my 6th solo record. And it was the first time I produced myself.
Right.
Of course, I've sort of co-produced myself. My EP came out in 2002 or 3, and I produced that. And I produced some other projects, but just like I felt like I've worked with a lot of great producers over the years. I worked with Richie Podler in my early 20s, who had done like Three Dog Night and Steppenwolf and tons of classic stuff. I worked with Rich Zito, who'd done like Heart and Cheap Trick, and and just been working this whole time just with a ton of talented people. And of course, Billy Moeller, I did like 3 or 4 records with. And so I just felt like my time. And then subsequently, as I started to produce other artists, I realized how much I love that and how much I love taking
which
an
leads
artist.
us to Still Dreaming of You, which is another.
Yeah.
Tell us some. Why don't you set Still Dreaming of You? Tell us something about that.
Sure. Well, again, in the pandemic, as everything slowed down, I had just gotten the studio up and running in a really meaningful way, and I thought, oh my God, what the heck am I going to do with myself? And so by the end of that year, I started to get into remote songwriting, and in 2021, I ended up writing about 85 songs with people all over the planet, and among them,
that's a lot of songs.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I thought, God, if I'm going to survive, maybe I should increase my output by like 400% to like have.
Right.
But I really enjoyed it, and it really dawned on me because I kept thinking, oh, the muse is left, or the mood isn't right, or whatever excuses we make. And I thought, Mick and Keith, in the height of all the bedlam, like they were getting their work done. Like they were writing the songs to feed the machine. And so by virtue of just every morning at 10 o'clock, I just made an appointment for myself to do it right. And 99% of the time we came up with great stuff. But with Senya, she's a Canadian. She was from Montreal and she lives in Holland. And Holland has become a home away from home for me for many years. I've been touring there for 17 years, and I'm with Warner Chappell for Europe. And so they sent me a couple artists to write with. And Senya had been on The Voice of Holland, the TV show, shortly there before. I didn't know her from, anything, but on our very first Zoom, we wrote this song, Still Dreaming of You. And like it came into the room so quickly and organically. It was a true story about like the lost love back in Canada. And so as we wrote, I just started to hear the sound of this record. And so over the, following months, we wrote more, and we ended up doing her EP remotely. And I just went over to Holland a couple weeks ago for the release show. And I was like a vacuum cleaner salesman taking it to the streets because I really believe in this music. I think it wants to reach a lot of people.
So we're going to take a break, and we're going to take a listen to Still Dreaming of You by Senya Sargent, produced by Shane Alexander, and we'll be right back.
Mark on my heart, left your hook in me. Right from the start, blinded by your poetry. Mirrors on the ceiling, writing on the wall. We were prisoners of the feeling, lost in Montreal. Am I a fool keeping hope alive? Still dreaming of you, almost every night. An ocean between us and years gone by. Time marches on, I still miss your lips on mine. Did I surrender all my power when I let you cut my hair? The rose between my pages always brings me back there. Am I a fool keeping hope alive? Still dreaming of you, almost every night. Was it all just in my mind? Why can't I ever leave you behind?
And we are back on the Balcony Show with Shane Alexander. So, Shane, I see in your bio that it says you were raised in Pennsylvania. Born in San Diego, raised in Pennsylvania. What part of Pennsylvania?
Actually, Western Pennsylvania, Butler. And I'll be there this weekend, of all things. You know, I was there. I was in Pennsylvania when I was a kid, till I was in, I think, second grade. Then I was in Maryland from second to 10th. Then my dad had his third divorce and moved back to Pennsylvania, finished high school, went to college, dropped out of college to go do GIT in Hollywood. And nice. The rest is history. Yeah.
Wow. So you got that moving around thing set in your genes pretty good. That's all right.
Evidently so, yeah.
Hey, Shane, what's going on? This is Mike. I have a question for you. How old were you when you first started music, your love for music, and you wanted to actually write your own stuff?
Well, you know, I started playing guitar at 10. I was into records in the single digits very deeply. You know, again, my parents had split, and I think I just took a lot of comfort in records. And like, there was a 45 of the Beatles yesterday in our house, and so that's like arguably the saddest and most beautiful song of all time.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
So I had a lot of good vitamins early on, and of course, in my teens, I became a total metal shredder. And when I moved to LA. You know, I had hair to my waist and a Floyd Rose, and I was ready for David Coverdale's phone call, you know.
Yep.
And so, again, I mentioned Rich Podler. You know, he had spotted me with this instrumental band I was in, and I was a fairly gifted, lead guitar player and very melodic. You know, I could play fast, but I was melodic in the sort of David Gilmour way. And so Rich had a studio in Malibu called American. And so he asked me to come out and start like just putting leads on things he was producing. And then I ended up in this band called Young Art that he was working with. And then, you know, after a year or two in that band, I started writing songs. So, yeah, it was in my early 20s I started writing, but I didn't really step out to sing until like almost my late 20s.
Oh, interesting.
You know, being a singer I never thought I would do that. You know, my only plan when I came to LA was to be fabulous on guitar, and then you know, at that time, you know, every fabulous kid with a guitar from the entire United States was landed on Hollywood at the exact same time. So there were 6 foot long haired blonde guys with pointy headstocks on every
Yep.
But I'm still here, baby, so we got that going for us.
That's great. Was there an event or something in your life that changed you from just wanting to be a shredder in the metal rock scene to a singer-songwriter? Like, was there like a band you heard or an
that's
event?
A good question. Yeah, you know, again, I did start with the singer-songwriter vitamins, you know, the Cat Stevens and the Simon & Garfunkels and a lot of important music. And then again, I was super deep into Randy Rhoads and you know, I saw Iron Maiden and Judas Priest when I was 12. Which was, you know, blew my mind.
I think you're making a friend, Shane. You're making a friend.
I relate to you more than you know.
Yeah. And that fueled me for many years. And honestly, to your question, I think I was 19 and I saw Neil Young at the Greek Solo Acoustic. And,
wow.
You know, 9,000 people and like totally made me cry. Like, he was so stinking good.
Yeah.
And he ended the show with a new song, "Keep on Rockin' in the Free World."
Oh wow!
And he pulled the ultimate move. It was a sing along, you know, and so "Keep on Rockin' in the Free World." Then the audience would answer, "Keep on Rockin' in the Free World." It goes back and forth. Then the last time was us, and he was off the stage. It was like a Houdini trick.
Wow!
And the lights came on, and we said at last, you know, it was
that's
like,
great.
Holy, what just happened?
Yeah.
And so again, you know, when I did that tour with Styx and Yes, I got to come back and do the Greek Solo Acoustic, and I told the story, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is cool.
That's
it was
so
a beautiful
cool.
thing. Yeah.
Well, listen, Shane, I want to thank you for spending some time with us here on the show. For everybody, go out. You're going to check out Shane Alexander's music, his tour. You're going to be touring here, correct? In Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I've got
Can you throw some dates?
This weekend. Yeah, I'm playing a private show in Sewickley, Pennsylvania. I'm playing this Saturday night in Pittsburgh at a place called the Bridge Music Bar. I'm going to come up to New York City. I'm doing the Rockwood Music Hall on Monday the 24th. I'm playing Langosta Lounge in Asbury on Thursday the 27th. And then I have a beautiful private up in Maine on the 29th.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'll be
so
at two of those shows, Shane. I'll be in New Jersey and the one in New York City.
Rockwood.
Really looking forward to it.
I like your style. Yeah, but all you guys, please love to say hello. Please keep in touch. And again, my socials are Shane Alexander Music. Is just an easy way to keep in touch and see what's going on.
And we're going to end things tonight with the song Skyway Drive-In, which for me, this touched me because where I grew up out in Wisconsin, we had a massive drive-in, and that was kind of like our big thing to do on the weekends. You know what I mean? Was see how many people we could get in for free. But
this song was about Butler. Am I right?
Yeah, this song was about a real place, and you know the thing is, you know, when I was a kid, there was a drive-in movie theater, and not far from where we lived, maybe 2 miles or less. And when I was a kid, they used to show like dirty movies after hours there, and I never got to go, but the other boys in the neighborhood would tell me about it. They would like sneak through the woods, you know. That's awesome. So by the time I was growing up, the place was completely gone. You know, now it's a housing development. But I always loved the name, and for some reason, I'd always had it in notebooks and stuff like that over the years. I thought I would do a record or a song or a band or whatever.
And who did the cover?
You mean the cover for the album?
Yeah, that's crazy. The girl, the naked girl with the
again on vinyl too. That cover looks amazing. So that's a cool story too. Real quick, I actually came across that image online. I can't even remember where I saw it, and I thought, oh my God, this is so cool. And I was on tour then, and my old manager, I tasked her with finding the origin of this picture, you know. And so I was, I think I might have been. I don't know what year it was. I was on tour on the East Coast, and then finally she called me. She's like, I found it. She's like, it's a girl in Spain, and there's a website with a phone number. And so I was on the road, and she, you know, gave me the number, and I just cold called this person. And her name's Guima Gonzalez Lopez, and she's an amazing photographer and artist, and it's actually a self-portrait.
Oh,
and
wow.
So the picture, of course, was landscape, was wide to begin with, but instantly in my mind, I cropped it, and I'm like, that would be the coolest album cover ever. And so I basically cold called this person, and I said, hi, I'm a singer-songwriter in Los Angeles.
Well, I'm glad I asked because that's a great story.
Yeah, and I said, I love your image, and if you would be interested in licensing it to me for my album, I would be super honored. And she's like, my English is not so good. Please send an email. So I sent it all in email. And then I sent her the music, you know, this was before the record came out. And she said, it's very beautiful. You know, she was in, you know, so we become friendly. And so I'm very proud to have her amazing image as my cover. And I saw it and I had to have it. And somehow I got it. So
that's a great story.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, listen, Shane, we do have to bid you goodnight because we have to get out of here. But I do honestly want to say thank you so much for taking the time to share your music and share some insight about what's happening. So with that, I'm going to say good night and take a listen to Skyway Drive-In by Shane Alexander.
Skyway driving by your grandma's house used to be all they talked about. It's been gone such a long time now. Whatever happened to the Tanglewood, where our first dance made us feel so good? Aching my chest when I saw you in your dress. We had small town in our bloodstreams, wild horses in our hearts. It hurts like hell when first love falls apart. Your father gave his life to Armco Steel. He'd take his rifle out in Nelson's Field. Sometimes I wonder if he's He had small town in his bloodstream, wild horses in his heart. He never liked me much right from the start. Maybe those winters got too goddamn cold. They come around, make me feel so old. Just 15 with an ancient soul. I always wanted so much else from life. That I West find a West Coast wife. I did my time with that small town strife. Late at night I still see those faces. No matter how much the time erases, I'm going back, gonna see those places again. 'Cause I've got small town in my bloodstream, wild horses in my heart. And no one knows you like those from your start. If you've got small town in your bloodstream, then you know it's all the truth. There ain't no better way to waste your youth.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. You're listening to Mike's Music Box. Yeah. Walter Lee.
What up?
This is the IRS calling you.
Oh, wonderful.
And we are, we have a discrepancy with your taxes of the last 3 years. What's up, man?
I am a musician. That would make a lot of sense.
It would. Actually, you should change your name right
You're
now.
not going to be in a lot of trouble with the IRS.
Cindy check.
We're going to send the FBI.
Oh my God. So what's up, man? You are on Mike's Music Box at this very moment. You are my second guest. So I have been just reconnecting with you over the weekend. I just, man, realized how much of an amazing musician and singer you are, man. So I wanted to have you on here and kind of share your music, especially this amazing song you wrote with the world. So
well, thanks.
Yeah. So I'm just, real quick here. These people. I've been listening to it all day. I made breakfast to it. I mean, it was fantastic.
That's a nice breakfast making song.
It is, and on so many different levels. This song is so upbeat and happy, and then when you really listen to it, I think you really start to hear what you're saying. And it's so relatable, especially for artists or just maybe introverts in a way. And I don't know if you meant that, but definitely the artist aspect I know you meant because duh.
Yeah. It's literally the entertain these people is like one of the main lyrics in that song. But yeah, it's from working in the service industry, really. I mean, I've worked in the service industry my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also trying to be an artist and a musician at the same time, trying to find all that downtime you can, but just keep getting interrupted by things.
Yeah.
I was literally trying to write a song, and the things that you hear is like pretty much exactly how it happened, where someone walked in for a haircut and I was writing something. I was like, this couldn't have been any better, perfect timing right here.
Right.
So, and it's like, it's nothing against anybody personally, but it's just, it's just how I felt in the moment. So I was just like, I'm just going to write it, whatever.
Yeah. Because you really balance the lyrics, like the meaning of what you're saying. And there's an honesty to it where it's not negative at all. And that's
right.
it's pretty genius actually. So what do you have going on? Like, what's been going on with you?
So lately, these past couple months, I've been working pretty hard on this big Halloween show that we're doing in Strasbourg. in Stroudsburg, PA.
Yeah.
So right now we're doing a bunch of covers, like learning a bunch of cover stuff.
Okay.
We're doing a Stranger Things themed concert, so it's all 80s music and stuff.
Oh, very cool.
Super, super cool. But also on the side, I'm doing a new duo with my good friend Ian Kirk.
Oh, nice.
And we're doing all original music with that too. Some covers too, just so we can play some gigs and make some side cash and stuff. But
right, dude, I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be good. We're excited.
So where can anybody just pick this song up somewhere, like add it to a Spotify list or?
Yeah, so I used a DistroKid to release it, so it should be available on everything.
Fantastic.
So
under
Spotify,
Walter Lee,
Apple,
right?
Under Walter Lee, yep. If you search Walter Lee Music on Google, my website pops up, and it should be scroll down a little bit. The single's like right there.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, man.
So we're going to take a listen.
Yeah, we're definitely going to check this out, and everybody download and add this song to your Spotify list. And Walter Lee, thank you so much, and I'm sure we'll hear from you again soon.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.
While I sit and wait for the day to end, I get little jams inside of my head that I write down just to hear how it sounds till I get distracted. 5 to 4, someone opens the door and interrupts my flow, but he didn't know that I was feeling good with all that I had written down in my notepad. I wish he could help me out, but that would be weird to have some random guy try and help me with my head, which he knows nothing about. He'll probably get scared and run away. I get so mad when I have to entertain these people, and I can't be glad until I get rid of these people. And I won't talk back because I need these people. Yeah, I'll just sit back and I'll talk to these people till they go away, till they go away. It's been 32 days since I played this song. It's been far too long, where could I have gone wrong? Oh well, it's the end of the day. If I pack up now, I could get out early. Why do I think it would be so easy to be on my way without someone who'll say,
am I troubling you by coming in late?
No way. But a liar and a sham. Wanna go home, but stuck here I am. Yeah, I get so mad when I have to entertain these people. I can't be glad until I get rid of these people. No, I won't talk back because I need these people. Yeah, I'll just sit back and I'll talk to these people till they go away, till they go away. Because I entertain these people, and I keep them glad when they get rid of those people who only talk back. Yeah, I understand you people. You will just sit back and I'll sing to you people till they come around, till they come around, yeah, they come around, they come around, yeah, come around, go away.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. In today's fast-paced digital world, not only have the players changed, the game is no longer the same. Independent artists today must launch their own career without the backing of the majors or a big budget. They must promote it to radio themselves. Music and film understands this. We know where artists are coming from, where they want to go, and what they need to do to get there. We reach 250,000 radio stations in 180 countries. We are hands down the largest in the business. Please email promotions@musicandfilm.com. That's music with a K, with a K, with a K.
It's time for the spotlight portion of our show where we showcase debut singles and returning guests. And your host is Donna Gallucci. So, here we go.
Hey, everybody.
Donna freaking Gallucci.
I'm learning edgewise, everyone. I just can't do it.
She waits for that.
I was half tempted to just let it drag out to its nail biting end, but I can't even help myself.
Oh, how funny. So, hey, how's everybody doing?
We're doing.
All right.
Cool. We have a really cool song called No More by the Honest Heart Collective today.
Love these kids.
Honest Heart Collective?
Yes. They're a Canadian band.
You remember them? I don't know if you remember them, but they were a lot of fun, and we really had a good time with them.
That was back in my early days, right?
Right. That was one of the...
Yeah.
I don't think I was here for that.
No, you weren't on the show at the time, but no, they've been they were super supportive and just a lot of fun, but they're really coming into their own, and they're really, gaining traction. So
yeah, this is their third album. It's called More Harm. It just came out on October 8th. A very heavy stuff on this album. Very
they're
personal
young, and
songs.
I think they're exploring. You know how that goes, Mike. When you're...
But they're exploring mental health issues, friendship issues, very introspective, very heavy stuff, and especially this song called No More. It's the last song on the album. And I think it's about, living with your demons. And it's very raw and personal. Great acoustic playing by Ryan McDonald. Really, really cool. But
I love his,
it's a very heavy
just
song.
Love the voice.
Very heavy song.
Yeah. Incredible. The vocals on this track are...
Yeah, absolutely.
When you have talent or you don't have talent. But when you don't need a lot of music behind you, to me... and your vocals
carry the whole song, yeah.
You can't replace
absolutely.
that.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, and I had read where Ryan had said the way the song, it's the last song on the album, and the way the song ends and the first song begins, so if you kind of play this on a loop, you'll be listening to this album forever, because just the way it flows into each other, so... It's very cool.
Good.
Everybody should check it out.
I'd like to remind you that The Balcony Show is proudly produced right here at Rock Hard Studios in Stroudsburg. For all your musical production needs, check them out at rockhardstudios.com.
So we're going to listen to this particular song called No More by Honest Heart Collective.
If I were you, yeah, I'd hate me. I promised you the world and burned it down for all to see. Well, a few friends have already said it, but the words caught in your mouth. Hey, brother, I'd understand if you let your darkness out. Past my time anyway. After 27 years I'd have dug my grave, but I stuck around for another, 'cause I was too scared to swing. Sometimes I feel like Grandpa with that shotgun in his mouth. I wouldn't want you to find me, so I arranged for someone else. If you don't wanna watch a grown man cry like you've seen it all before, and I'm crying out for someone, but my voice don't work
I drive this intersection, I pray that it's the one. Somebody else runs a red light, drive aside, and I'm done. Well, so it's hard to work with a soul that thinks it's on the run. I'm sorry I let you down. I'm sorry I let you down.
And you're back on the Balcony Show, and we've come to the ending of another really great show. The music in this show was stellar. Thank you to Walter Lee. Thank you to Shane Alexander. Thank you, Donna, for reaching out and getting him to come
absolutely.
on.
Yeah,
that
very
was
cool
really
guy.
cool.
Very, very cool guy.
Really cool. I can't wait to see what he produces and what comes next up.
Yeah. Me too. And I know he's working on some new stuff, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from him. And I'm really looking forward to his live shows next week. So,
well, take pictures.
Oh, I will, and videos. I will share.
So I'd like to remind you that we are in the hunt for holiday music on our Reverb Nation campaign. So if you have any holiday music, go to Reverb Nation and get it to us. We are definitely going to be playing some cool holiday, and it doesn't have to be just Christmas.
No.
It can be Hanukkah music,
Hanukkah,
or
Yom Kippur,
President's Day.
Kwanzaa,
Well, no, it's for the holidays. So Yule, if you celebrate Yule, or you know what I mean, Hanukkah. What's the other? Kwanzaa.
Yeah, no songs about ritual sacrifice, though. We're kind of past that now.
I'm out then.
Anyways, and I think that's it. So with that,
right now, all the
anything
Norwegian death metal bands are like, damn it. Damn it.
Oh, I like that. Damn it.
I was ready.
On that note, good night, everybody from the Balcony Show. We'll catch you next week.
Am I the one you love? You make me feel like I'm inside out. I capture your picture, hanging on my wall. I don't wanna feel like I'm all left out. Everybody talks, people talk, everybody talks, talk to each other. They're terribly predictable. Every little syllable scattered the bright light, burning in your heart, waiting for the fist fight that rages in your heart. Am I the one you want? You are the needle that I'll never put down. I'm wicked, addicted, prone to be the anchor. You are the ocean and I wish I would drown. Everybody talks, people talk, everybody talks, talk to each other. They're terribly predictable. Every little syllable scattered the bright light,
And that's what's up.